Welcome to SF Commercial Property Conversations with Bruce Bean, where Bay Area investments meet expert insights. Get ready to unlock the strategies of commercial real estate success.
So today we have Jay Hickingbotham from Menlo Park, a local boy, born and raised in Menlo Park, and then he went to Tahoe, and now he runs about 400 units out there in the world of real estate. So Jay, it's great to have you. I just love to hear a little history of how you got into this. I know your family was into real estate, but
Yeah, yeah, both my mom and dad were in real estate. My mom did it for, God, maybe 20 years. I think she started when it was just a one-page purchase contract.
oh wow.
And it had a little bit of writing at the top and then a big blank space in the middle where you just hand wrote like price, close date. And then, I went to college at UOP,
hmm
came back, worked for a commercial developer here in the Palo Alto, Redwood City area.
Which one?
It was Howard White,
Oh, okay. All right.
and their company was called Hudick and Schramm.
Oh wow. Don't know that.
They owned some stuff on Welch Road and a business park down in Los Gatos and did some development. Um, And then after that, I was supposed to go skiing in Europe 2 years after I got that job. And two of my friends bailed, so I traveled for 6.5 months through the Mediterranean, Europe, and the Middle East.
Nice.
Came back. My parents sold their house in Menlo Park
Oh.
and moved to Tahoe. Um, and I had my real estate license, so I couch surfed for maybe a week or two, and then said I got to go to Tahoe. And then started selling real estate up there. Got a job with Coldwell Banker and did that for about 15 years up there before we moved back down to the Bay Area. And then sold for Coldwell Banker down in Menlo Park for
Oh.
about 3 or 4 years. So that's kind of how I got into the real estate gig. But the rental business was after I bought my first house and rented that out instead of living there.
Yeah, all of a sudden you realized, oh wait, I can make money renting my house out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And and the other thing too is I'm sure you see and probably many of the people that listen to the show is if you're a real estate salesperson, you don't have a 401k, you don't have a pension fund, and so you really need to figure out, if you want to retire early or maybe you don't, but creating some sort of income that you can have when and if your business ever slows down.
No, I think that's always a challenge of an agent or a broker is that they, can go from commission to commission, but that can be sparse at times. And so it's nice to have some other backup of funds coming in. So
Certainly.
property management or owning property or whatever goes that way. And it sounds like you kind of went both directions. You owned some properties and you gradually built up a portfolio.
Yeah. So yeah, I ended up buying, everything that I own with partners. Um, I don't think I've quite built up my bank account yet to, really go out and just do it on my own. Plus, even when you have partners, it's easier to get into bigger buildings and also kind of spread the risk and reward out. Um, but yeah, started in Reno, Nevada was our first property that we did a few more there. And then one of the partners that we had in there is the one that got me into Oakland real estate. And so started working with them. And they had already had a pretty significant portfolio with partners. And one of them wanted to get out of the business. So I was able to buy a portion of their business to kind of get a foothold there.
So was this during 2010, 2020 timeframe? When was that happening?
Well, our first apartment building was 2004.
Mm.
And then I started getting more into Oakland probably around I did a few deals in around '09 when the market was pretty bad.
Yeah, right.
Um, and then some more kind of like 15 through 17-ish.
Yeah. So, yeah, up till the pandemic, Oakland was smoking. They were going big guns for,
Oh, yeah, it was I mean from then just before pandemic till now, the property values obviously have dropped significantly,
Mhm.
probably in that 50 to 60% range. And rents, those have probably dropped 20 to 30%.
Oh,
So, we don't have a lot of fancy new construction, and then there's a lot of stuff out there in Oakland.
right.
Um, and so, one bedrooms that we used to rent for 18, 1900 are
Yeah.
now renting for 15 to maybe 17.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Okay.
I mean, if we're lucky, and we lose a lot of people that apply and then they just vanish, and then they
Oh,
finally say,
really?
"Oh, I found a different place."
Oh, because the market, there's so much vacancy out there, they can kind of name their tune, so to speak.
Yep.
Well, but okay, so that the rental market is not great, but the buying market is pretty good right now. You can buy stuff for, under replacement costs, but
Yeah, and
always
you know,
tricky.
you still you still kind of have to pick and choose your areas. Um, but yeah, you can get. I've seen deals as low as 98,000 a door.
Wow.
Um, and that would be, I would say, we kind of primarily like in the Oakland market, we look, I would say that would be considered northwest of, say, 35th,
Oh, okay.
um, and in between 880 and uh, say 580, kind of in that corridor.
The kind of Fruitvale area,
Yeah.
at the
And
low.
Ivy Hill,
Yeah.
Fruitvale, Adams Point, downtown. Um, and we look at a lot of deals, but we say no to a whole lot.
So do you try and stay in the Lake Merritt area up to Piedmont kind of section?
Yep. Yeah. That's where the bulk of our stuff is.
Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, that's a great neighborhood. And there's some nice properties in there and a lot of apartment buildings.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a great little area.
So what's the age of most of the units you have in Oakland? Is it 50s, 60s or older than that?
We have a number of buildings, probably, well, one that I was just doing some research on that was built in 1905.
Oh, oh, wow.
Um, and then probably in the 20s. And
Oh,
then the
okay.
bulk of our stuff, I would say, is like 40 to 1970s-ish.
Yeah, yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, that market, there's some interesting older units in there that are uh, have some character and interesting layouts and so forth.
Oh,
So,
yeah. We have,
so
one building that we is a Julia Morgan building
oh
uh,
wow.
with a nice little courtyard, all studios, and maybe a couple one bedrooms there.
Oh wow.
Um, and then, some other Spanish style ones with open beam wood ceilings.
Oh man.
Um, and then you've got what I would say is kind of the boxes that were built in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've got some cool stuff. But, I mean, as anyone who knows commercial is, you look for a couple of things, but you may not be extremely particular except on the numbers side because you want it to cash flow.
Yeah, it's great that it's cute and it, might command more money, but maybe not.
Yeah.
So, you just gotta crunch the numbers and see if it works or not.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of kind of third-party property management also.
I do. I just started that probably a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Um, and just because I figured, we're already doing it and I'm a broker. And it's also a way for me to just keep my license active.
Mm.
And so, yeah, I've got a few buildings over in Oakland that we third party manage and a couple over in Menlo Park. And we're just kind of working on expanding that market.
Are you using some property management software, I suspect?
For our business, we use AppFolio.
Yeah. It seems like Appfolio's everywhere, but
It's it's pretty good. I probably don't use all the functionality that it has, but just because we have a bookkeeper that's been keeping a majority of our buildings on QuickBooks or Quicken.
right, right.
Um, but I think the reporting in AppFolio is definitely a little more robust. It just takes a little longer to get everything in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Yardy's even more tenuous in terms of getting all the stuff in there. But
Yeah.
so you have some properties on QuickBooks or Quicken, and then you have a majority or whatever on Appfolio.
Yeah. All the management, like for like work orders,
Oh, I see.
uh, texting, email communications, all that's applications, 100% is in AppFolio.
Yeah,
It just comes down to the accounting. Some is, I would say a little over 50% is probably still on Quicken.
yeah,
And
because
then
that's kind of the way you got it or whatever.
yeah, so we just left it. And the bookkeeper does it that way, so
Yeah,
we're fine with that.
yeah, it's all what people are used to using, and retraining is always a problem.
Yeah.
Conversion. So anyway, that makes sense to me. So okay, so the famous $64,000 question, where do you think the future is leading here? Well, in particular, let's talk about Oakland. So do you think we're at the bottom at this point?
Uh, so hard to tell, but I think we're pretty close. We might be skipping along the bottom. We might get a couple of little bumps here and there.
Yeah,
Um, but I think if you're gonna do, I mean, for someone out there that's maybe doing syndication and they're gonna hold it for 5 years, you'll probably do all right, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Um, if you're just planning on doing some, coming in and doing a quick flip, I think you gotta think about it.
Well,
Um,
that's an interesting point. I hadn't thought about that. That yeah, if you're into buying and holding, probably a good time to buy.
yeah, no, I
Uh,
think and San Francisco market seems to be gaining a little bit of steam. And I think as that does, you see people, they start, if rents start rising, they start getting pushed a little bit further out, and Oakland is going to benefit from that.
yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
San Francisco, I think, is definitely on the upswing. They're starting to move a little bit forward. So,
Definitely. And my main partner, he's in his 70s, and he's kind of like, hey, we should just look at anything in Oakland.
but
Um,
no, several people on this podcast, previous guests, have basically said the same thing.
yeah. And
That
so, we're looking, but we also have a lot on our plate because we've got to conform with all these California laws on the seismic upgrades, all the deck
actually,
certification,
are
and
you
those
going
all
through?
have to happen this year.
Yeah, right. So are got your deck inspectors out there and they're churning
Yeah,
it?
we're in the process of doing all that right now. I think
God.
we've gotten three or four of them over the line, and we've probably got another half a dozen.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it's cumbersome, and the deck people are like scrambling. They're busy and
Oh yeah.
hard to keep up with the demand.
Yeah, we do a lot of it ourselves. So earlier today I was, you know, working the saws and the drills and
Oh wow. Oh, you're hands on.
oh yeah.
You're working it.
I have a little in my commuter car, I actually have a little workshop in the back of my car because
Wow.
if I walk up to a building and one of our employees isn't there, and a doorknob's loose or something like that, I'll just go back to my car, get my screwdriver, my tools, I'll fix it just so I don't have to call somebody else.
Yeah, no, it's cheaper, faster, quicker, all that stuff, and done right. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, hands on, go for it.
Oh yeah.
So do you own anything in San Francisco?
We just tried 2 months ago to get a building on
Oh,
California Street, and we missed out.
oh, so
Um,
because there were multiple bids?
there were, I think there was someone else who had gotten to it faster than we
Ah,
got
ah,
there.
yeah.
Um, so hold on, let me just check my
Okay.
computer is
All
not
right.
charging.
Uh-oh.
Um, I think my plug came unplugged. Hold on, sorry.
Well, we don't want to time out here on
No, no, there it goes. All right, sorry
all right.
about that. I just saw
See?
like a little warning light come on. I was like, uh-oh,
Well, at least you had a warning light. That's good. Is that a Mac or a PC?
Mac.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm on a Mac also, so I think the sound is much better on the Macs. But anyway, well, this has been very interesting and informative. I think we need to talk again in 3 to 6 months here. I want to see whether you think the market is turned for the better in a few months here.
Yeah, no, we've been looking at a couple, and we're kind of selfish about looking around for stuff.
Yeah.
Um, my partner and I both love to ski.
Ah,
So we've looked in Salt Lake City.
oh, nice.
And
Park City.
then what's that?
Park City. Well, Park City, you probably don't want to buy in Park City.
No, probably just Salt Lake,
Yeah, yeah.
And then one other area I've been researching a bit just because I have family there is Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, interesting. I was just in Cleveland for a wedding, a family wedding, and I was like impressed. Like that to me looks like a hot market. You can buy at a reasonable price and the market seems pretty good. So that's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I think that is a great market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about apartment buildings, but I was looking at the residential stuff and it looked very inviting.
Oh no, it's apartment wise, you can get, buildings for maybe 50,000 a unit.
Wow. That's amazing. And as long as you don't have to go in the winter, it'll be fine.
Of course. When you're getting the cold air off of Lake Erie.
Yeah, yeah. There's no ski hills that I know of in Cleveland.
No, no.
Uh,
So,
my uh, my wife lived in Iowa, and the ski hill in Iowa was a river ravine,
oh,
a
nice.
rope tow on it. So anyway,
That's
that
great.
yeah, no, born and raised in Boulder, so I skied all my life.
All right, nice.
Yeah. Well, let's pause for now and reconvene in 3 to 6 months and see where we go. And maybe in the meantime, we'll try and put some transactions together.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. And
Hey, have a great day.
That's a wrap on today's journey through the SF commercial real estate scene. Ready to share your story? Visit sfcommercialconversations.com/guest. Your insights could lead the next conversation.